first ever elevated episode. Uh, my name is Jesse, your host. The first episode was supposed to be about Abraham Lincoln, and I wrote a script, most of the script for that. I had some AI generate some pictures. A few of those pictures were like the AI made them almost too racist to post on the internet. A lot of fun, interesting facts about Abraham Lincoln. Maybe we'll get to that someday. But instead, I'm going to do something a little different today. Today, we're going to be interviewing the closest person near me that I could grab to interview. Also, my wife.
I was about to say that's a hell of a way to put it.
The lady that I married. I thought that this would be a good way to break the ice with this because I've had a really hard time trying to figure out how to do a stupid podcast because I'm in like a midlife crisis and I need to do that. 20 years ago, I probably would have just, I don't know, like jumped off a bridge or something. But like in the 2020s, you're like, I'll start a podcast.
I was about to say 20 years ago, podcasts
We're
were
going to be
really
joined
big.
by a cat occasionally. This cat's name is Waylon. He is a stray cat who lives inside this house. He's all right. He's not feral. He's become a member of the family. I need to have his balls chopped off. I haven't done that like a responsible cat owner, but if you have cats, you need to start chopping balls off. Really, cats are beginning to outnumber humans if they don't already. So, and that's a fact. You can look that up. So, today we're going to talk turkey with Elizabeth. We're going to get to know my wife, Elizabeth. Elizabeth, address the people and say hello.
Why, hello.
Now, you're going to have to do better than that. I'm taking the most shy person I know and putting them on camera. They said, oh, I'm okay with this. So, address the people, Elizabeth.
Why, hello, everyone.
Speak louder.
Why, hello, everyone.
We're not sure if the microphones are working, so you're going to have to speak louder.
Okay. I'm also trying not to scream because...
No. You can talk as loud as you want.
Alright.
You can talk as loud as you want. So, also, way to just like reveal the whole family in the first episode. Now we're going to get doxxed. The SWAT team's going to come busting through the windows. A history podcast. That's what I was really thinking about. Elevated episodes. If you're wondering what the elevated part means, I'm gonna elevate a little bit right here. And continue to talk. We're gonna share that.
Mm-hmm.
I recently had strep throat. Not contagious anymore.
Not very bad. I mean, I can't get it.
So, Elizabeth, tell us something about yourself.
Well, I can't get strep throat.
Can't get strep throat.
No, I don't have tonsils, which is what you need to have strep. Haven't had them since like the 4th grade.
Since like the 4th grade. Do you remember what that was like? Do you remember what a tonsil surgery?
Oh yeah, so when I had mine taken out, it was like the week of Christmas Eve. And I remember after...
It doesn't have any shots. Christmas Eve?
Yeah. It was like that week. Because I remember after the surgery, they told us, we couldn't get super excited. And we couldn't, like, drink out of straws or anything.
That sounds like the worst Christmas ever. They're like, don't get excited.
Yeah.
And you can't drink out of straws.
Yeah. So, we could have sodas, but we couldn't use straws because it would, like, affect the stitches. And, I remember that Christmas Eve, Kip got me a boombox, which was, like, the one thing that I wanted. Of course, like, I'm 8, 9 years old. So I got excited, and I could taste blood, and I remember spitting it out on the carpet, and then, like, running to the bathroom.
What a horrific Christmas.
Yeah, I busted the stitches out of my mouth. And so I'm like in the bathroom trying to get mom's attention, and of course she's off doing whatever. And finally, someone comes and checks on me and realizes like I'm bleeding out, essentially.
That's a deep cut.
Yeah,
That's a deep, deep dive. That's a horrific. I've been with you for like what,
almost 8 years now.
8 Christmases? Is it 8 or 7 or 8 Christmases?
7. I don't think we spent the first Christmas together.
Yeah, probably not. Christmas with your family is evolving and it's interesting. It's getting more chill. It's finally more chill.
Yeah, it's not chaos anymore.
It's finally more tame. For any viewers listening, watching, imagine. I can't even describe it, to be honest with you. I don't even think I can.
I mean, it
I
would
think I'd
be
rather
it
talk
would
about
be
strep
like
throat.
whatever the other side of like Home Alone was. Like
Yeah,
you got to see
everybody,
Kevin's side, but if
every.
you got to see the family side, like that's
I don't know what you mean by that,
because
but if you mean by opposite Home Alone, it means we're gonna put 12 people in
20,
the smallest living room.
20 people.
20 people in the smallest living room that we have. Now that was a few years ago. And it's just hot. It's hot. And
Yeah,
people
it's
are
always
like
hot. It doesn't matter which
people
house we do it at.
people are playing canasta until like 3 in the morning. And there's only like a couple of people who are gonna drink. There's like people that will like get a drink and then like never drink it. Or like get a pile of mashed potatoes and never like and then play with it. You're like, we're 25.
Yep.
We can't. What are we doing here? I got drunk. I got drunk around your family only a handful of times.
Dude, that one.
Only once on Christmas.
I was about to say, was that Christmas?
It was. And listen, I was having a good time.
So was I. I was pretty.
And your uncle was having. We were both having a good time.
It was pretty lit.
And it just all of a sudden it was like maybe you've had enough, and it was like maybe y'all don't know. Y'all just don't know me. Yeah. I mean, I'm not like that anymore. I wish every Christmas I wish I could just be a degenerate drunk again.
No one's stopping you, honey. I partially am, but no one's stopping you.
The worst AA sponsor of all time.
I am. I really am.
Strep throat. I used to be the king of strep throat. I would get it twice a year, like clockwork. It would hit me. I got it so bad. I was in the sixth grade. I got it so bad, and I kept playing hooky from school before. So like, we're not taking you to the doctor, right? And so I was like getting progressively more sick, and a teacher was like, "Are you okay?" No, I think I'm dying. A dying 12-year-old child, right?
Yeah.
And the school nurse immediately was like, "This kid has a terrible infection. He's probably spread it to like every kid here." Yeah, the school called my father and like chastised him. It was great. It was great because he was like, "You ain't sick or whatever," and I was like, "Yeah, it's fine. I'll lay here and just feed me NyQuil. I needed antibiotics."
Yeah.
This is the same guy that was like, instead of an allergy test, I'm gonna have a crawfish boil.
That's right.
Because I had gotten some hives from like eating Chinese buffet shellfish, like the shrimps and crabs, and my God, maybe a little bit of, huh? I didn't say nothing.
Nope.
I didn't listen. I didn't say it. I'm not gonna say that. Anyways, instead of going to get an allergy test, like this wasn't like 1934 where there was like, yeah, he gets hives when he eats the food that's available to him.
Right.
This was in, this was like after 9/11. There was allergy testing. Before and after 9/11, there was allergy testing.
If you were 12, that would have been 2005.
It was well after 9/11.
4.
Yeah, dog.
Because that's the same year that I had my appendectomy.
What's that? Appendix?
Yeah, I had my appendix removed.
How many organs are you missing?
Just those 2, 3, technically. My adenoids came out with my tonsils.
Oh, you're not hard. Yeah, that's how you get in the doghouse. Well, to finish up what I was saying, instead of getting an allergy test, this guy he's like, well, I'll have a crawfish boil. And so he boiled like this beautiful, and they were so good. And by the way, my favorite food up to that point was shellfish.
Right.
And so all these, oh man, it's crawfish. They're huge. There was red, like cherries that were red. There were lemons and potatoes and corn, and oh my God. And, we got a little bit of that Creole up inside of our genes. And so that stuff calls to me. I love it. I love gumbo. I love that. I would, if I knew I could mitigate how bad it would be, I would go to a crawfish boil tomorrow and eat as much crawfish as I could. This man made me eat crawfish. And and I was immediately like, very, very, like, it was so much more potent than the Chinese scrimps.
Yeah.
That I was eating. Chinese scrimps and stuffed crab. Oh, God, I miss the stuffed crab. It was in a crab shell. You eat, like, stuffing out of it. You like 12 of them. It was a massacre. When we went to a Chinese buffet, it was a goddamn massacre.
I've never been a fan of shellfish.
It was like, pardon my French, this definitely isn't getting monetized. Anytime that we went to a Chinese buffet, on the shellfish portion of it, it was like the rape of Nick King.
The what?
And we'll talk about that on another episode. If you don't know what that is, you need to look that up.
I know.
It would be probably very offensive to some people that hear that. And that's okay, because that's what this podcast is also kind of about, is just about talk. We're not gonna bring that up right now. We're gonna finish what we're talking about. You gotta put the phone down.
Hold on, I'm putting it in and then looking it up later.
Okay.
Is that what you said?
Yeah, no, not Ann King. Not Ann King. I don't know who Ann King is.
I don't know.
Nan King. Just hit Google.
That?
There you go, yes.
Okay.
That's it.
That's not how you pronounce
This is
that
how you
at
derail
all.
a podcast. So I'm horrifically allergic to shellfish, and that man made me eat that. And instead of then being like, maybe we should then now go confirm this, he was like, I guess you just don't eat anything from the ocean anymore.
Jesus Christ.
It's awful, man. Listen, I still love salmon, but
I do love my salmon.
I've stretched it. You can eat a little bit of octopus. Depends on how it is. I've eaten some that came from Japan. I have eaten some of that. So we got several minutes of good conversation there. Talking about appendectomies or whatever that was.
Tonsillectomies. That's what started it all. Actually, it was technically your strep.
Strep. And I don't even understand. They're like, take this penicillin for 10 days, and it's like, okay, and you're like, take 3 of them a day. It's like, okay, well, how long am I going to have it? Because they say that, like, after you take your antibiotics for the first 24 hours, you're not contagious.
Yeah.
And so it's like, okay, well, these pills suck and they make my stomach hurt.
Well,
And so,
one thing.
but like, it does 5 days? Or is the other
So,
five like?
so it's a lot of
Sounds
it.
like a lot of penicillin. Sounds like an RFK amount of penicillin.
A lot of what it comes down to is if you stop certain antibiotics before they've reached like their full potential, your body can create what's called an antibiotic block. And so the next time you need penicillin because you take the full dosage, your body won't receive penicillin like it needs to the next time.
That all sounds like some kind of medical mumbo jumbo. That
I mean,
that sounds awful. You're not a doctor. First
I'm not
of
a
all,
doctor.
You're not a doctor.
But we can Google it just as easily if we need to.
Doctors hate it when you Google things. There's nothing more upsetting to a doctor right now than ChatGPT.
Even though so many of them use ChatGPT.
I mean, that's what's even more upsetting is like the doctors are having to cave in and be like,
Yeah.
I can't. This guy's got a blood disease, and I can't figure it out so close. I can't. If I just punch the data graphs right into the chat GPT, and the chat GPT within seconds is like, yeah, I compiled all this stuff from medical journals I just read from 50 years. There's been 3 cases of this, and this is what your guy most likely has. And the doctor's like, he like goes and tests it, and then it's like it's right, and then he has to like, they're like, congratulations. And he's like, how did you, and he has to live, he either has to be like, I use ChatGPT, and everybody goes, or he's like, yeah, no, I'm fucking hero. I read all these medical journals, and all the stuff I read. I'm a hero. I'm a hero doctor.
I'm not quite sure it goes that far. But I definitely meant for college students going into.
The entire episode is going to see the side of your head.
That's okay.
I hope you're okay with side profile. Just give them a look every once in a while. People are going to wind up lying. I'm telling you. A few people are going to probably start to see why, and there might be a couple people. Wink, wink.
Do you want me to pull it up on my phone?
No, what? It's not live.
Oh, okay.
This isn't live. It's got to be edited just to air.
Oh, that makes sense.
I think the lighting's pretty good. I think, I think the setup's fine for now.
Mm-hmm. Trying to see if I can see you in the TV on your phone. Because I know I can see me.
I believe it's set up correctly.
Oh.
If it's not, 85% of it's in.
That's good, at least.
I mean, one of us can get up and check, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep it going for just a little bit. I want to.
Go ahead.
So, Elizabeth, this is supposed to be like a little interview thing about you.
Mm-hmm.
Tell the people what you do for a living. You don't have to go into like where you work, but tell them what you are in a trade. Tell them what you are in a trade.
I'm a server bartender by trade.
A server bartender by trade. And you've been doing this for a while, right?
Yeah, within the last 6 years.
That's been like your thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think drives you to stay in that field, in that industry?
Like being able to make just random creations a lot.
You mean like talking about like
Drinks?
bartending? Yeah.
The money's always really good.
Yeah, I don't know why you've never considered actually working at like a bar and then getting your ABC.
At ABC?
Maybe you don't have to have one of those.
ABC?
Like a liquor card.
No, Missouri, you don't have to.
And you're great at doxing a podcast. Just like, you ought to just get one location.
Sorry.
So do you see yourself getting out of the field? I mean, do you see yourself Or do you see yourself rocking it for a while? I mean,
I don't know.
I get it. You know, it's pretty laid back. If you take like the rush stress
Right.
out of every restaurant situation, if you just look at it as like every restaurant job's gonna have that
Uh-huh.
degree. There's no restaurant job that's not gonna be like stressful between like 5 and 8.
Right.
You know what I mean? Unless it's just like a hell's like a kitchen nightmares restaurant that they're like, yeah, there's nobody here to
Yeah.
5 and 8.
Exactly.
It's nothing for us to do.
And at that point, you're not even a restaurant.
No, I mean, you're still a restaurant.
Not if you're not doing business.
So you see yourself sticking in it. I mean, you see yourself. That's what you like.
Yeah. Is it gonna be like a lifetime thing? Probably not. But as of right now, yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I hate the idea of being tied down to any one thing forever. You know that about me, but I mean, and I don't mean that in like you. I don't mean that, but I mean,
I knew.
yeah, I mean,
I knew what you meant.
in like physical, like workplace ties.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, and it sucks because the where we are, where we have to be as a society, you know, we have to have a job that like advances you towards a retirement at some point or something, or you do wind up being just like, you know, you see like the guy that's still roofing in his like 60s or something. You know what I mean? You see, you know. And I mean, some people just want to work when they're older and whatnot, and that's fine. But some people have to, like,
Yeah.
you know. And our generation is probably not going to have the ability to retire the way that we want to.
Oh God, no.
I mean, I don't. Dude, I saw, and this might just be salty old man and me coming out. I don't know, because I've never even driven one, but I saw what had to have been a 21-year-old kid driving a very brand new looking Corvette. And look, respectfully driving it, like slow, like creepy.
Yeah.
I couldn't even really hear the pipes. I was a little upset that because a 21-year-old me probably would have been if I saw like if I saw two dumpy guys vaping on the side of a road, and I would probably be like, whoa, you know, like hit him with that hitter, you know, with that pop. And he did, and he very respectfully was just like an old man, and I thought maybe it was because he was like struggling a little bit. But then my other thought was, who in God's name at that age has the ability? I mean, unless it's gifted to you, and then that's a whole other. You know, if I could give my kid a Corvette when he's like 16, like rationally, I don't know. I think maybe.
I think Corvette's too big to
Well,
start
no,
off.
no. I'm getting off on a tangent. I think that like money after a certain like level kind of jades your like rationalism of like what, you know.
But also, who's to say that that wasn't his money?
Okay, well, it's a very expensive car.
I know. And I'm not saying that you're not right, but
I mean, you know, if
there is that slim chance.
Listen, and if he is, regardless, I'm not hating on the guy, on the young homie for having the baby blue C8 Corvette. Like, I'm not hating on him. I wish I was riding bitching. I wish I was sitting. I wish he would have stopped the car and been like, "Sir, would you like to? You're poor. You're clearly poor, and you can't afford. Would you like to look inside of? I see you looking at. You've never actually seen the inside, sir. Would you like to sit inside of it?" I probably would have cried. You know what I mean?
Did I tell you one of the guys at work did that to my car?
Well, your car's nice, but there's like nothing really special about it. Like,
no,
it's
but
not.
he had like the very base model of it.
Oh,
he was like comparing.
Yeah, like the
ours is
upgraded.
like the luxury version of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, I don't know why I didn't go that route.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, we didn't.
I know.
That was like a last resort option car.
Oh,
honestly. But anyways, that
But I guess he had the option and like turned it down.
yeah, probably didn't want to spend the extra money, and I don't
True.
blame him.
True.
My car, that's our family mobile.
That is our family mobile.
My car is a old, very old, beat up.
Damn, it's 12 years old.
Yeah, it's old enough to have an allergy test and not get one, and eat crawfish and continue to have allergic reactions
Yep. Have an appendectomy.
because of the shellfish allergy. Um, yeah, and I wish I had the fat stacks to get it to back to like as close to mint condition as possible. I love that car, and it will die on me someday soon. I feel like someday soon it's gonna be like, hey man, time is up because it's already
Yeah.
that's an overdue car. That's an
Yeah.
overdue car. Nissan Rogue Gang out there. Where's my Rogue homies at?
Oh god.
My Rogies.
Your frobies.
What's something you want to tell the people to exit the show?
I know. I haven't thought that far ahead.
Well,
This was fun.
this was fun. And we got to know each other. And hopefully you guys got to know us. We'll see you next time on the next episode of Elevated Episodes. We'll work on that.